Welcome back to News 10 tonight. It's not a secret that when it comes to solving problems, there is a clear division between the parties in Washington, D.C., but there's an effort that's underway that's trying to change that. It's called No Labels. The goal of this movement is to change the culture in Washington, D.C. and encourage the parties to come together for the good of the country. And we've got two people here who are driving forces behind this. We know that you recognize this man, Congressman Dr. Bera. Nice to see you, Ami.
Glad to be back on, Dan.
And Mark Mckinnon, you're actually one of the co-founders of No Labels with two other people?
Yeah, we've got a group of a few co-founders that started this about 5 years ago, and we're really excited because it's really taking off, thanks to people like Bera.
Well, we'll get into No Labels, but first I do want to ask you both about what happened last week politically with Eric Cantor. Does that help the No Labels movement in your mind, Ami, or does that hurt it?
Well, I think it shows that people want problem solvers, and I think Leader Cantor, it was viewed as one of the dysfunctions in Washington, D.C., not working together across the aisle. I think he also lost sight of who he works for are the folks back home. Mm-hmm. And again, I think it does send a message that people want us to work together.
What do you think, Mark?
I think the big takeaway is that people have lost faith in the leadership of the Congress and that they failed to problem solve. And if Eric Cantor were a problem solver like Bera, then he might still have that seat.
Well, in doing the research, I love the mission that is behind No Labels. Move America from the old politics of point scoring to new politics of problem solving. Is that an easy undertaking?
Well, you know what? The bar was so low at the beginning. We said, let's just bring people together and meet together, Democrats and Republicans in the same room. And even that was difficult. I mean, originally, we only had 20 people. Ami is one of the original 20. Our goal was to get to 50. But the good news is that now we're at 94. We've exceeded by twice our goal for the year. 94 members of Congress, half Democrats, half Republicans, meeting regularly, working together, writing and filing and passing legislation. They're getting stuff done, and that's what constituents want.
What do you think? Is there a future in this?
Absolutely, right. We're in divided government. People expect Democrats and Republicans to work together to put the country first, and that is exactly what we're doing.
But, Mark, we see in light of Bergdahl's return, in light of what's going on in Iraq, in light of what's going on in Syria, you can almost draw up the responses from the two parties before anything is said. You know how predictable it's going to be. Do you ever get this helpless feeling?
Well, there's huge frustration outside of Washington as people look at the paralysis because they just want things to move forward. They don't care if it's a Democrat solution or a Republican solution. They just want solutions. And so we've got a group of people who are working together, and they can go back to the district and say, despite this divided government that you see on television in Washington, we're actually working together, filing legislation, getting stuff done. So we're making a lot of progress, and we've got 94 members. We're now working on something called the National Strategic Agenda, which is goals for the country. This is so simple. We're doing the easy stuff. Get people together in a room. What's amazing is how productive it's been for these people who are part of the coalition, because they first of all, they recognize that they like the people across the aisle, that they can get stuff done and work together. So it's been very exciting, and it's really exceeding our expectations.
We hear complaints from everybody. Democrats, Republicans, they can't work together. These people who are complaining, who want the forces in Washington to work together, what can they do to get their message across?
Well, so part of what we're doing today is we're meeting with local leaders, local business leaders, grassroots advocates. Now No Labels has over 500,000 grassroots advocates across the country. So if leadership's not going to do it, we're going to do it as rank and file members coming together. It's Democrats, Republicans, putting our ideas out there and creating that momentum and that pressure upward.
I think a great example of this is no budget, no pay, the idea that Bera ran on. It was one of our original ideas, and Washington, the sort of incumbents up there said, oh, that's a ridiculous idea, but the grassroots rose up behind people like Bera when he ran on that issue and said, that's a great idea, we want Washington to respond, and now it has. Ami's idea became the solution to the debt ceiling crisis back in the fall and forced out the first Senate budget we've had in 5 years.
And I love another one of your goals, Q&A between the President and Congress. Wouldn't that be novel, huh? Yeah, actually talking?
You know what, Dan, I'm going to give you a problem solver's pin.
This is one of our label pins?
Absolutely, yeah.
I will wear it proudly.
Let's fix, not fight.
I will wear it proudly. Mark Mckinnon, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it very much.
Ami, always nice to see you. And we're going to try to get you and Doug Osee for a debate. I know the Bees trying to work on that too, but one way or another, we're going to hear from both of you.
Great. We're ready for it.